Yo, Grace, I can't hear anything, Grayson. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Guy, I can't. It's your stream chat is playing through my headset.
Give it a second. It should be good.
Hang on. I need to figure out what's going on my end.
Oh my gosh.
I need to figure out what's happening.
Well, anyway, guys, what's going on? This is All Things Gaming. I'm sorry we skipped out last week, but as always, I am Grayson Refuge. Top right-hand corner is Colin Flagcap, and in the bottom is Matt Ketchum.
Yep.
I mean, as always, what'd you say?
I said boy.
Chia.
Okay.
And he said chia.
Can you hear me now, Matt?
Yeah, sorry. I was having some really bad time. Like, I was hearing everything twice, and it was pretty bad. But
Okay, well, at least I'm glad you can hear us now and, like, actually communicate. Anyway, guys,
That's probably
so
important.
the format for All Things Gaming, like most podcasts, actually, we're going to be discussing everything gaming, all things gaming, topic-based. So, we're going to start this off with a good one.
Okay.
Project
Let's do it.
Morpheus, a.k.a. Virtual Boy 2.0.
I hate that name so much.
You don't like Virtual
I
Boy
tried to
2.0?
do like a 2 and a point like an O, but I realized the point and the O are the same.
You don't like Virtual Boy 2.0?
I don't like that name, and I don't like the idea.
Why not?
But
why don't you like the idea?
I thought you didn't like the name, but you liked the idea. See, now you're confusing me.
well, I'm a no on all fronts of it because I don't know. I just don't know if that's the way to go. I mean, the Oculus Rift is obviously picking up, and more people are using it. South by Southwest recently, there was a lot of booths set up for it.
Why is that a huge topic with Colin today?
That being said, it just happened. South by Southwest just happened last week, so a lot of stuff coming from it.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't know if it's really feasible and if gamers will pay more money for it. End.
It's like
I don't think anybody will pay more money for it.
Like
It already failed once.
Like I said, the Virtual
Yeah.
Boy 2.0. They took the Virtual Boy off the market because it was causing migraines in people and like seizures, and it was only red, and like if you sat using it for a long time, you could only see red, and like totally destroyed people's retinas. I'm not saying Sony's going the same way that Nintendo did back in the early 90s, but it's a cop-out. It's a gimmick to get people to buy more consoles, I feel like, and that's my opinion. I mean,
It is interesting, to say the least, to see, like... I mean, obviously the technology is there nowadays, where we can make it more realistic, I guess, but I'm looking at it right now, and it's not like something that I don't think I would ever want to wear or use when I'm playing. Maybe that's just the old gamer in me, because maybe that's the way that we're all thinking about it too.
Maybe, yeah.
But I feel like because it's already failed once, just why would you do it again?
so saith the spider.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's that.
So be on the lookout for that.
I'm not a fan.
I don't think any of us are a fan.
The Virtual Boy failed, and as you guys can see, the top one. Oh, I just clicked it out. That top one is the Virtual Boy, and it was just god awful. Moving on.
Yeah.
Next topic. Wolfenstein. I don't know how to pronounce it. We had a
It's
conversation
Stein,
about this.
like a
Stein.
beer stein. It's a stein.
Okay, Wolfenstein.
Or Wolfennazi, whatever you want to call it.
After
Wolfenstein.
how many years has it been? It's been what, 7 years, 8 years?
It's been a long time since there's been a Wolfenstein game.
It's been too
There's one in
long.
2009 and didn't do very well, and it was a different developer. But the first
I don't
one
count that.
has been
That's
a
not a
while.
real Wolfenstein game.
Right.
That's like saying, because id Software is not your thing anymore.
No.
Yeah. Well, Bethesda is publishing this one, so hopefully it'll be good. They tend to make great games, so I
Name
have
one
a lot of
bad
hope
game
for
that
this.
Bethesda has made. Can you pull one up?
I'm sure I could if I thought about it, but right now all that's coming to mind is Fallout and Skyrim, and I'm like, yeah.
It's all you really need on your resume when you think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're two amazing games. Even though they're pretty much like the same thing, just one's in the past and one's in the future, they're still amazing.
See, the funny thing about, like, people were like, oh, Fallout New Vegas sucked just because it's made by a different developer. Wolfenstein's new trailer was actually pretty awesome. It highlighted a couple of different things that, like, I don't know, the story aspect of it. The United States is completely taken over by Nazis, which I don't really, I don't know.
It's as if the World War
That's
went
not
a
a very
different
original
way.
story, but,
Yeah. World War.
Not necessarily, no.
But, like, is it modern times? Is it...
It's the 60s. It's the 60s.
So you're saying there was no LSD, no Beatles?
That's an extremely unoriginal topic, dude. The Sky Captain series was about that too.
Sky
I don't
Captain
know
in
if you
the
guys-
World of Tomorrow?
Yeah. The same thing about the Nazis coming over in the 60s. Like, it's like the whole, like the War of 1812 kind of thing, you know? The Nazis, they're not really done. They want to come back and they want to fight again, you know? It's like the...
Yeah.
It's the
like
South
the same-
will rise again, except it's the Fourth Reich.
Right.
I get it. It's not math.
Reich
This
1,
guy.
Reich 2, Reich 3,
This
that's
guy,
1.
yeah, you. Okay.
Alright.
It's,
Anyway, guys.
it should be sick though. It's id Software still, so it's id Tech 5 for this one, and from like what I've seen from the trailer, it looks like they took a lot of notes from Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards. It's got a really serious tone, kind of some dark
Did you
stuff
see the
going
same
on, some
movie that I
torture
saw?
scenes. Yeah, well, there was the new trailer that just came out on the train car,
Well,
but there was also
Did you see the movie that I saw? Because Inglourious Bastards was not serious. I mean, they shot Hitler in a theater, like total hip fire. Two guys just blah 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 blah.
that's pretty serious.
That's not serious, dude. It was a joke. Like,
It's gory, and I mean, it might not. It's funny to us because it's a retelling of history, and we don't like Hitler, obviously. But it's still like it's a serious thing. The movie is like very intense.
It was a serious comedy. It's like a backhand.
It's a dark comedy. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, backhanded dark comedy. It's the same thing. So, and that's Wolfenstein shtick. You know, that's
Right.
always been their thing. Like it's Doom, it's Quake, but they're Nazis. And we're still in that mindset where Nazi equals hilarious nowadays. You know?
Nazi zombies. Have you played the Stick of Truth yet? Has anybody played the Stick of
No,
Truth yet?
I haven't, but I can assume where this is going.
About 3/4 of the way through the game.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, by the way, guys.
Chip.
Spaceship crashes on the ground. This ooze comes out of the spaceship. If you come in contact with the ooze, you turn into a Nazi zombie. And like they joke about it in the game. They're like, Nazi zombies, that's so overplayed. It's like, yeah, but it's happening here. Like totally like everybody uses that.
funny.
It's just a cop out. Alright. Anyway, guys, Wolfenstein, I grew up with the franchise and it's been a long time since I've actually seen a good one. So I'm looking forward to this. I like what I'm seeing so far. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if like you have anything else to say on it.
It is probably the last Xbox 360 game I will buy. That being said, I'm really looking forward to it, and it's launching on May 20th, so not that far away.
Yeah, they kind of pushed that out quick. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
they did.
been like
Interested in seeing how it is than buying it. To be honest,
it's been like a month ago since they started pushing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wolfenstein is like basically modern Nazi stuff, but it looks pretty awesome. You should go check out the trailer. Moving on to the next topic, Second Son. Sony's first attempt at their... I don't know how to even explain this. It's their first
Launch title.
exclusive game.
It's a
PlayStation
big
4.
launch title.
Other
exclusive.
than Killzone, but it's their first post-launch title exclusive game, big one. Like we had Titanfall that Xbox One last week. Second Son comes out this weekend. What do you guys think?
Yep, on Friday.
Do you think this is their opportunity to step away from Microsoft permanently, or do you think that they're gonna? I don't know.
I kind of
like
want to
bridge the sales gap.
Yeah. See, I understand that. I know you guys have your statistics and you know a lot about this more than I do, but the reason why I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal is because until 15 minutes ago, I have never heard of this thing, ever. I have never heard of a drop of the I have not heard this title being dropped at all, and part of that is because I don't really keep up with the news stuff. But here's the difference: I didn't know about Titanfall right away, but I knew Titanfall was coming for months. I knew it was coming. I knew when Halo was coming. I knew when Killzone was coming. I knew when Little Big Planet was coming. I know about some of the PlayStation titles that come out. I had never
Last of Us,
ever
things
heard
like that.
of this. I forgot the name. Golden Sun. It's Second Son, right? Golden Sun was for the
Infamous
PlayStation.
Golden Sun was a Game Boy game, which was awesome in its own right.
But see, here's the thing: is like Titanfall had the hype. Titanfall had the years of hype, or months at least.
Months.
This game, I don't. Sorry, I don't see it. Maybe it's going to be a sleeper hit. Maybe it's going to be good. But for somebody who's in my shoes, which is a lot of gamers out there, I don't see it. I don't see this being the PlayStation's Titanfall, the way that Killzone was PlayStation's Halo or Gears of War, whatever you want to compare it to. But that's just my 2 cents.
In all honesty, I feel like the only supreme hit that Sony has had has been like God of War. That's the only.
Well, they technically had Devil May Cry.
But
God of War is
Devil May Cry it's expanded now, and it's not It's not a Sony only.
Right,
Sony exclusive.
right, but yeah,
Top five
they
selling
have
games on PlayStation of all time. This is on numbers from Podcast Beyond from IGN. If anyone wants to go check and verify, but here they are. Gran Turismo 5 tops the list.
Okay,
Best-selling PlayStation game of all time. Yeah. 2 below that, Drake's Deception, Uncharted 3, and Amongst Thieves, Uncharted 2. Below that, you have God of War 3, and then below that, you have The Last of Us.
See, I'm surprised that like Jack and Daxter's not in there, or Ratchet and Clank, or Sly Cooper. Like those games I knew about, and I loved Jack and Daxter. I loved playing those games. Those titles were always fun. But like, the only one that really stood out and stood as like a AAA title for Sony, other than Uncharted, which I don't really consider a AAA title because they're not very good in my opinion. Was God of War. I mean, God of War was the only Sony game that I was super anxious about, waiting till the next game came out. And I feel like with Second Son, I didn't like the first Infamous game. But from what I've seen from Second Son, it does look good, and it does look like they fixed a lot of the kinks from the first game. Who knows? I mean, this could be their big opportunity, or it could go the opposite way. It could be such a big flop that Microsoft has time to catch up with another AAA title that they're coming out with, i.e. the Gears of War reboot or whatever you guys want to talk about.
Halo Anniversary.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a seller in the way that it will convert people from the 360 to buy a PlayStation 4. No. But it might serve in the same way with the cult following as, I guess, how Halo 2 Anniversary will be, in the sense that it will provoke people who own PS3s to upgrade to PS4s. And that's probably about the extent of it.
So at what point do we stop considering the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 the current generation?
Already now, I would say.
There's not enough titles. There's not a big enough library, I feel like, for the next generation consoles, i.e. the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, for them to be considered the current generation titles. When you stop making games for the last generation, I feel like that's when you bridge the gap. When you stop. But
see, then at that point, I don't really know, because they stopped making PlayStation 2 games, like 3 years ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's the best console
I don't really
sold.
know like where the line is where you stop saying that one console is the last generation, this is the new one. I guess technically we're already there because the Xbox One and the PS4 are out, but I don't consider these consoles a next generation. I consider these consoles a half step. Compared to what Xbox 360 versus Xbox One and PlayStation 3 versus PlayStation 2, I think these consoles are a half step towards the next generation.
Yeah. I got you.
I really don't feel like we can even consider these games the next gen. I feel like 360 and PS3. I mean, it's
unfair for us to compare it at this point, though, because we're looking at a 360. Well, yeah. So on that sense, it's unfair. But also think of it this way: we're looking at 6 years of development for the 360 and PS3 to craft the games to look and run the best on that hardware that they can. And now we're looking at PS4 and Xbox One games that have had a couple months to do that. So a fairer comparison to see if it's next gen would be to look at Gears of War 1 and Infamous Second Son. Okay. Look at those two.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing here.
Right.
With this the early time cycle that we've had with each console, you have to look at the
right, because the games aren't going to look as good as they do now, right? So like 5 years from now, PS4 games it could be amazing. We don't even know, right?
Could
For
be.
all we know, yeah.
There's so much potential with each console that's out right now. I mean, you can only look to the future. As far as Second Son right now, the game looks phenomenal from what I've seen. But I'm not really a fan of the franchise. I'm gonna wait to pick it up. I'm not gonna be super anxious. I mean, unless I hear right away that it's phenomenal, I'll go buy a PlayStation 4 and pick up the game. But anyway, guys, next topic. You guys want to talk about this one? Do you know which one it is? Titanfall.
It's it. Titanfall.
Titanfall. Yep. Let me.
Okay, I know.
It's not even. It's honestly now. I like that we're talking about Titanfall still, because I feel like not enough people are still talking about it.
It's because people are waiting for a 360 version, and they keep pushing it back to make the game better.
Yeah,
the game's phenomenal.
If there was ever a doubt in our minds that they were delaying the 360 version in order to push Xbox One sales, now it is affirmed in my mind that they are indeed doing that strategy.
God
It's
bless the
ridiculous.
place, or God bless PCs, right, Colin?
Right, exactly. But anyway, continue, Matt. Sorry.
No, I mean, I like the reason that, like I said, I want to talk about this is because I feel like not enough people are talking about it anymore, and I just hope that this 360 release starts bringing this game back into like the general masses. It really kind of makes me upset to see that there's already not a lot of Twitch viewers for it. How a lot of big name commentators are still doing Call of Duty commentaries and not really doing that many
Ketchum.
Halo or what's it called? Titanfall commentaries or anything like that. I mean, well, I've been doing. No, I mean, you can't save me. I've been doing Titanfall stuff recently, but it sucks to see a game that I feel like is really good and plays really well and isn't given the respect that I think it deserves.
See,
and a lot of the reason behind it is because I feel like people expected
more.
Maybe more. I don't know what they expected. Like, I talked to some guys who say they don't like the game, and I'm just like, why?
Wow, you found someone
Don't
that
you
actually
like-
legit did not like it. I've never heard that yet.
See,
Anyway.
I have heard. I know somebody who worked at GameStop, who still works at GameStop, and somebody came in the day after they got Titanfall. They played the campaign. They realized the campaign wasn't really campaign. It's really you just kind of play a couple levels online. It's more
to
like a
unlock
training
the
tutorial
Titans.
thing.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's all it is. And they were like, this isn't what I bought the game for. I wanted some kind of cool... I don't even know what the story was. I don't know anybody... I know somebody stole somebody's gas and then somebody else is pissed about it. And
There's
that's the
not
only
really
thing
any
that I
story
know about the
whatsoever.
story.
But what's ridiculous about that situation is that it was very clearly advertised that there was no campaign. Like, no single player lengthy story. So,
Was it,
like, the
though?
fact that he bought it expecting that is
Was
ridiculous.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it though?
It definitely was.
I didn't
It
once
definitely
hear
was.
I didn't once hear a commercial. Like, granted, all three of us are pretty in the know when it comes to following games, especially we're looking into. But those people who just see a commercial for it and pick it up, they're like, "Oh yeah, this game's gonna be awesome," and they expect a campaign. So it wasn't really properly advertised. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But the game is phenomenal, and I feel like,
Oh, yeah.
granted,
I gave it a 10.
I feel like that us three particularly have been let down so many times with games that we didn't really have high expectations. Halo 4, like it.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
We had high expectations for these games. We wanted them so bad, and then I think we were a little reserved on Titanfall because there wasn't too much information released right before drop or the fall.
I you did there. Hey,
Puns, this
Anyway.
guy.
Yo!
But-
All right.
I feel like we were kind of patient enough to not expect so much out of a game, but it is phenomenal. The game is absolutely better than I expected it to be. It's
Yeah.
I haven't in such a long time wanted to come home from work and sit down and play a game. Like,
Oh, yeah. It
Halo-
is ridiculously addictive.
Halo 3
Ridiculously addictive.
Halo 3 was the last game, the last title that I wanted to sit down and actually play.
You know
my
what?
friends.
No, you're right. And you know how I know you're right is because as soon as we started this show, I wish I could show you guys. The first thing I got is my friend hit me up the second I got online is, yo, hit me up if you're trying to play Titanfall. And I know that's not a big deal, but I haven't gotten a text from this guy to play a video game since Halo 3.
Who is it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Is it?
It's just a friend of mine from high school.
It's not Ron
It's
McKinnon?
no, it's ironically no, it's not Ron, but that's just like I have not gotten a text from like a friend from high school to be like, yo, come on, let's get on, let's play, let's do it's every day now. My friends are hitting me up to play.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
has
yeah.
not happened in a long time to the point where I have so many people that want to play all the time.
It's because the game is actually fun and people
exactly.
enjoy.
It's a
people are
fun
enjoying-
game, and why don't people treat it like it's as good as it is?
You know what the funny thing is?
I
mean,
think to a certain... Sorry. Go ahead.
For the PC side of it, anyway,
Right.
the fan base is actually pretty mature. Everybody says
Oh,
GG
yeah.
at the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
the game. There's no. Granted, we troll
We
hardcore,
do troll quite a bit.
but
Yeah.
there's no trash talking. It's one person. It's not a
Yeah.
whole team. There's never.
People are generally very helpful as well. Like, if you have a legitimate question on, how a game mode works or, it's not... No one's ever like, oh, you stupid noob. They're like, oh, yeah, this means that you prestige or it's next gen and, this is how you have to do the challenges. This is a good gun to use. It's, very, it's an older crowd, I think. People that own it on PC have to own a PC and know how to work it well enough to,
Yeah.
play it. So I think, yeah, it's definitely an older fan base.
Yeah. So
Fair enough.
Titanfall is a huge success. It was 700 and something thousand copies already, Colin.
700,000 copies
Already only on Xbox One. That's not
including
PC.
PC or coming 360. Yeah.
And I feel like people are so angry about it because they're waiting for their 360 copies and they're not getting it. And honestly, I feel like this was Microsoft's right move. This is their first step, or their first big step, in getting people to buy a console or switch over to PC gaming, which I've been doing slowly but surely. Anyway, guys, Titanfall was phenomenal. Go pick it up.
Definitely go pick it up.
I agree. Let's get into our big topic for today, though.
Make you
Let's roll.
So you can post a link. You can't post a link?
No, you can't post links in the chat. Make me a mod so I can post a link, and then
it said you
do
posted the
giveaway.
link already. The Facebook
It says
one.
deleted link. It says
Facebook.com.
deleted link.
I'm looking at it right now.
It says deleted link, bro.
That's stupid, because I can click on it.
But let's get into the big topics. Colin, you're the one who brought this up, so why don't, while Grayson figures out how to make me a mod, Colin, why don't you kind of lead us into
Alien
what this topic is
Isolation
for today?
Obviously, no. But
we need to get into our big topic.
We're
talking about Alien Isolation. That was a step. That was
all right,
okay.
Go for it.
Okay, really quickly, Alien Isolation, right? It's coming out at the end of this year. Developed by Creative Assembly and Sega. And I don't know if you guys played Colonial Marines, the most recent Aliens game, but it was crap. It got awful. So this is looking to be actually really good. And in a kind of a similar way to Outlast, you don't have any weapons. You have like a motion tracker. And it seems to be really, it seems like really survival horror-ish and like very much bringing it back to the franchise. And so I think it looks really exciting to me. It's also coming out for 360, so as we were talking about before, and PS3, they're still releasing these things for, at the end of this year, there will still be games coming out for the 360 and PS3, which is a little insane.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Do I voice you? Is that what it is?
Yes, OP.
What's up?
Okay.
No, just keep going, Colin.
Okay, so anyway, that's exciting to me. Combined with The Evil Within, I think this is going to be a really good year for survival horror. And I'm really looking forward to it. That's pretty much all I would have to say. There is some gameplay up if you're interested. So go check it out.
Anyway, guys, so moving on to the next and final topic, something that I'm a little more than frustrated about because, really? Okay. Anyway, guys, next topic is South by Southwest. I guess they had a panel about it. Colin, you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, so it was, and now I don't have the article in front of me anymore, so basically there's a panel, and the creative directors and heads of Riot Games, the people behind League of Legends, as well as some higher up at Microsoft, basically voiced like a 20-minute discussion on how they felt that plot in video games should not be the main focus anymore, compared to character development and how well it plays. So that, is a little vague, but yeah, what do you guys think? It's they're kind of trying to downplay the story. For me, that's the whole reason I got into games ever, is the story,
While I see their point, it kind of makes me upset that they would say something like that. No, it's not even like saying something like that. It's that that's what games are doing nowadays anyway. Yeah. It's what games are doing nowadays anyways, and to like just further perpetuate that stereotype where you don't need to focus on game, you don't need to focus on single player, you don't need to focus on overall content. As long as it has replay value and you got some multiplayer, then your game is good,
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's just lazy developing,
it's wrong.
Because anybody can make it. Like look at COD 4. This is my greatest example for this. Is that if you look at COD 4, a game where they really didn't need to put effort into their multiplayer, and it was still like just revered forever for its multiplayer. To say that you need to focus more on multiplayer or to focus on something besides plot is ridiculous to me, because it doesn't need to be that good to be a replayable game, It really doesn't. If the game plays well and if the game has good mechanics, it's going to be replayable and people will play it regardless. If your game has a great plot, then no one's ever going to shut up about it. People still won't leave me alone about Final Fantasy VII. All my friends make fun of me when I tell them I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, ever.
I'm not going to make fun of you because I think it's overhyped and not the best game in the franchise.
Okay, but regardless.
That's just me.
But you see the point, though? The story, the whole thing with Aerith and what's that fucker's name that's in Kingdom Hearts?
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
Cloud.
They fall in Cloud. Those names are just all around everywhere because the plot was good.
The plot wasn't
not
even
because
that
of
good.
some multiplayer.
If you
Right.
know basic story development, you realize that Final Fantasy wasn't that good. The Final Fantasy VII wasn't that good. That's just me. Anyway,
Okay, that's a different topic for a different day.
stories.
Anyway.
Okay, first of all, stories are important in a game. Plotline is important in a game. It has to be in a game. I feel like there are so many people who still don't have internet connection, who still refuse to play online. Like I know some kids who can't even play online. Their parents won't allow them to, so they buy a game for the story. And for me, that's how I started. I mean, when I grew up, we didn't have online. We didn't have, whatever. You had to buy. You bought a game for the story, for the single player campaign. You never bought. I mean, except for Super Smash Brothers or whatever, you never bought the game for, the multiplayer. You bought it for the story. You bought it to sit down and enjoy yourself for, an hour or two before you had to save and go home, or save and turn it off or whatever. And I feel like everyone's so focused on it's like, oh, yeah, this game sucks because there's the multiplayer is not here, or the multiplayer is bad, but the story's good, but I'm still not going to talk about it.
Those are kids nowadays, man.
See,
That's just.
In all honesty, Halo 4 in my mind was a good game. The campaign was phenomenal. The story was there, the plot line was there, had the twist at the end, everything. Like, it was the story, the campaign. Now, the multiplayer and the way you played the game was not Halo. And that's what made the game flop, is everybody's so focused on a game like that where you have the multiplayer aspect. And Call of Duty, Call of Duty Ghosts, other than the dialogue, the campaign was okay. Like, it was good. I just feel like if you're going to make a campaign, split your developer up into two sides. Have one be, only focus on campaign, have the other side focus on multiplayer. And that's the way to go. Modern Warfare 3 did that, and it was good, I thought.
Yeah. No,
But I think look at now though, the most popular games play don't necessarily have campaigns. If you look at the number of people that play League of Legends every day, it's pretty astounding. No campaign there. We're also talking about the phenomenal sales of Titanfall, 700,000 copies already in the first week for only one of the three systems, and that arguably has no campaign as well, as we've said. So the more and more that this starts to happen, the less likely that people are going to take the plot seriously.
So
now, some saving grace, obviously, was The Last of Us, which was amazing on both fronts, and won several Game of the Year awards. Too many to count, almost a record number, I believe. So,
what do you
I
mean
think that is something more to look at.
Like there was no
multiplayer and campaign.
Was there multiplayer for
there
Last of
was.
Us?
Yeah, there was multiplayer.
It was really, really good. Yeah. But I think, they kind of got it right. I think what you were describing, Grayson, where they had two teams, and they split them up a bit, and what ended up ensuing was really great. I don't know. It's an interesting question, and I think you're seeing more games come out that are exclusively single player this year. Infamous Second Son, Alien Isolation, The Evil Within, Wolfenstein. So
I think checks and balances.
It'll be cool.
There has to be some type of balance here. You have to have.
Right.
To make a great game, a phenomenal game, you don't have to have an amazing campaign and an amazing multiplayer. You can have one that's a little bit better than the other, but the other one has to be present. I feel like there has to be...
And it can't just be an afterthought.
It can't be a
just
flop
be a tack
either.
on.
Yeah, you can't, Unreal Tournament, I hate to talk shit about it because I liked the franchise, I liked the games.
You better not start talking shit about Unreal Tournament, or we're gonna have a problem.
The campaign was straight up
We're
multiplayer.
gonna have a problem.
Straight up. Just play an AI.
Have,
I didn't have a problem with that. I played that game religiously.
Well, Colin, for the rest of the show, I'm only talking to you. So if Grayson talks to me, just relay, because I'm not ever associated with Grayson ever again.
I liked Unreal Tournament. I liked how it played.
Nope, you can't save it anymore. Mm-mm. Nope, you ruined it.
Do you know what got? Hey, do you guys want to know what got me into gaming?
Grayson, there's a brick wall, Grayson.
Okay,
I can't hear you.
Colin, you know what got me into gaming? Jonathan Fatality and his Unreal Tournament streams. That's what got me into gaming. Watching him play was actually, for me, that was awesome. And that's what made me want to play competitively. It made me want to do things. I liked Unreal Tournament, but I was never very good at it. So.
All right. Well, you guys ready to do the giveaway? I'm ready to do the giveaway.
Anyway, guys, so...
Let's do some giveaways,
All right.
We only got one giveaway
for
this week.
anybody in the chat that wants to be part of this giveaway, I know there aren't that many of you, so you guys have a pretty good chance of winning. The only thing I ask that you guys do is please do me a favor and like the Facebook page that we posted above. This giveaway is sponsored by Outer Space Studios. They're my personal sponsor, and they've been a big supporter of the show, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would at least go to their Facebook page, give it a like. They do some independent gaming. They're actually coming out with a new game within the next year, or they're going to hopefully do a Kickstarter campaign within the next year. So you guys should definitely check them out. They're really cool. They don't post just gaming stuff. They post a lot of thought-provoking things on their Facebook page, so there's a lot of information for you guys to check out. The link was posted earlier in the chat, so you guys should go take a look at that, give the Facebook page a like. But what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go to a random number generator, which is actually going to be a random name generator. And I'm going to put all of your guys' names in said random name generator. And we are going to get a winner. I'm going to shuffle it a couple of times. I feel like giving out like just as the first person the name comes out with is just not fun. So we'll shuffle this up once and twice. And the winner of the giveaway is, drum roll please, Grayson. That's awesome. You guys suck. Fuck, dude.
Fuck you.
Fuck. Giveaway fucking Dittermon. Are you kidding me? Fuck you, Tim. I hate you. All right, Dittermon, you win. I guess I'll give you the code or some shit later on. God
I don't know
damn
who
it.
Dittermon is, and I don't understand why Ketchum's upset. Good job, buddy.
Are we upset about Dittermon?
I know who Dittermon is.
Hey, Dittermon, you just won a $15 Microsoft points card.
Dittermon, you win the $15 Microsoft giveaway. But
not to lose your shit over there.
Levi, Sean, Voltage, you guys, I'm really happy that you guys came by the stream. We're going to try to do giveaways every time we do this show. So just please keep coming by, tweet the stream out, whatnot. I appreciate all the support.
Anyway, guys.
If I could give something away to all you guys, I really would, honestly.
So this is how we close the show every week. I'm going to ask a question, and we're going to get final thoughts on it. Since the main topic was the plot line, what was your favorite story campaign, game campaign? What was your favorite one? And
go ahead, Colin.
What was it?
I don't know. I have to give me a second here. We're freaking out.
I wanted you to go first.
Man, that's a good question. So, what's the can it have a multiplayer too, or is it?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's up to you.
Shit, man, that's rough.
Is this? Are we picking like just single player here?
Yeah,
or
just single player campaign. Only one game. One game.
One game with single player. Okay. Well, now it's it's
that's
going to be
a
the
little
same.
ridiculous.
No, it's the same. It's going to be Kingdom Hearts. Whenever it comes to video game, it's Kingdom Hearts. Unless it has to do with multiplayer, everything's going to be Kingdom Hearts for me. Always.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
Man.
Colin, what do you got?
That's rough, bro.
What you got, bro?
I really enjoyed Pikmin.
Really?
Did he say Pikmin?
That's your choice?
Did he?
Out of every video
said
game you
Pikmin?
could have possibly picked, you picked
He said
Pikmin?
Pikmin.
You're gonna put me on spot like that, man. I had to come up with something.
You said
You come
Pikmin.
up with Pikmin?
Pikmin, right? Like the little
Oh
space
my
alien who pulls
God,
shrubs?
I said
dude.
Pikmin.
Pikmin?
Wow.
Pikmin.
I don't know if we can use
Wow.
phones
There's a
anymore,
stink bug on my computer. It just freaked me the fuck out. Okay.
Paul. I don't know if we can be
Pikmin.
phones anymore, bro.
All right, Grayson.
Lego.
Save Grace. Grayson, give us your answer. That's a real answer, not Pikmin.
So here's the deal, guys. I am gonna choose a game that like everybody hates for some random freaking reason. I don't
It's
get
terrible.
it. Huh? It's
I don't know what
it's
it
not
is,
even
but I already know
terrible.
it's gonna be terrible.
It's a Legend of Zelda game. I'm going Twilight Princess. I had the most fun with that one. I
mean, it's not a bad choice, but it's not a choice that I would
It's not Pikmin.
make.
I
It
fucking
isn't
hate you guys.
Anyway, guys, for Ketchum,
Listen, okay. Now I'm gonna. God.
what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
They're gonna make.
Say
Anyway,
something.
as soon as we sign off, we're gonna make fun of you for like 20 straight minutes.
Maybe Time Splitters 2 was up there.
Oh,
as
Time
well. I
Splitters
don't
2
know.
didn't even have a campaign.
Before I stab him in the face, just end the show.
Okay, guys.
Oh my.
Maybe Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
or
Mansion
like,
was actually pretty good. And
Yeah. See.
But I'm a huge
Wow.
like Legend of Zelda fan. Like I just
Let's go with Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
We'll just
Mansion was
switch
good.
it. Right.
At least you're
You
not
just switch it?
saying like Mario Sunshine. I'd have to
Oh, that
punch you.
game's amazing though.
Oh
that
my
game's
God.
so good. Game's so good.
Why am I
Way
friends with
better.
Colin?
Way better than Mario 64. Like
Oh,
hands down.
I'm gonna have to
I
kick
gotta
it. No, he's getting the foot. He's getting the foot to the face. Anyway, guys, for Matthew Ketchum down there in the bottom corner,
Yeah.
Mateo,
Hey
and
Mateo, eh?
Colin Flat
Hey.
Cup up here. I'm Grayson from iWave Games. Please go check out iWave Games, their website, www.iwavegames.com for latest video game news and reviews. Flagcap writes all the reviews. I'm their video coordinator, and it's actually pretty up to date. Huh? Yeah. Well, you did the giveaway. Thank you to Matt's sponsor, Outer Space Studios. Anyway, guys, next week 7 o'clock sharp again. If we can get Matt's audio to work.
Thursday, the 27th.
Thursday the 27th. Is it? Oh, dude, I have to write
Yes, it
reviews
is.
for work. Anyway, guys. I will see you all next week, and have a great day and happy gaming. Oh,
Take care, guys.
Congratulations, Ditterman. Matt doesn't like you for some reason, but congratulations. Frickin'